Hello everyone, welcome to my presets and add-ons setup. I just want to say that this is kind of a personal choice, but I will probably help you organizing your own setup. Okay guys, so let's start up with configs in game. Keep in mind that I always play with these graphics for better performance and because my computer is not that great for now. Now let's jump straight into the skill tree. Make sure you have the most important skills if you don't have that many skill points. To upgrade the skills that fast, you just need to click shift left mouse button, and to take it out fast, shift right mouse button. The revamps still pretty much the same. And the new ones you choose Ghost Glow, because the damage is decent and you can cancel with some skills. Alright, next, Edit UI. This is really important guys. Make sure you place your HP bar, buffs, skill cooldowns where you can easily see it. Why? Because if you are in the middle of the fight and you are aware of your cooldowns, it will be way more easy. Also, make sure your cooldown UI it's simple and easy to understand for you. Example, I have my skills with SA on the right side, and on the left side some movement skills, and on the middle I have one of the most important skills, Ninja Step and Shadow Slash. Let's start for placing your QuickBar skills. Keep in mind that some of the skills that I use in QuickBar is for keeping track of their cooldown. I use Shadow Clone if I want to down smash my opponent, Ghost Claw, the new Rabam, Illusion of Restraint I use it on QuickBar as well. Some people use Boss Slaughter on the QuickBar as well, I'm trying it out now. The only problem is you can't cancel it that fast after a Ninja Step or a Ghost Step. Target Chase, I block the Rage Absorption and I use it on QuickBar as well. Moonlight I use it to see the cooldown. Concealment, sometimes I use it on the QuickBar, but usually I just use it for the cooldown. Oni Shadow I use it for the cooldown as well. Dark Frenzy it's for the cooldown. Blade Spin we need to use it on the QuickBar. BlockJump is for the cooldown. Red Rain I use it for the cooldown. And Rage Transfer I use it on the QuickBar as well. Alright, let's jump straight into the add-ons. Right now, I would say that the add-ons are kind of a personal choice, which is awesome. Every single skill has the same add-on, but with different percentage. They are separated by 3 tiers. Tier 1, the lowest percentage. Tier 2 with an acceptable percentage. And the last, Tier 3, the biggest percentage, really good. Okay, so now, how do we choose them? Well, after watching the tier from the skills, you need to think on the skills that you most likely use, and also if you could implement new skills to your engages or combos. So first off, I like to use add-ons on my Shuriken Malice. Why? This skill is really easy to land on the target and keep the buffs up all the time by just poking your opponent. I decided to use movement speed because it affects our movement skills in succession, and the attack speed will help us close in those gaps before the super armors. However, you can also use 4% accuracy buff, or even debuff your opponent, that's up to you. Alright, second skill. You need to think which skills do you use to engage. For example, one really good that we used before, smokescreen. But since it is tier 1 right now, we don't really want it. However, we still have Behead in the Dead tier 2, which is really good. Also, it decreased 15 DP from the target. Knowing that this is a passive from the skill, it means if you use DP decrease as well on the add-ons, it stacks. Also, if you didn't use accuracy buff on your Shuriken Malice, you should use on Behead in the Dead, since this is a startup skill. So minus 15 DP and 4% accuracy. Until now, we just have one skill with attack speed, and we depend a lot on it. So I decided to use attack speed buff in one of the skills that we actually also use to engage, or also as a second CC. So Shadow Stomp we keep with attack speed and crit buff. Because we just have one crit buff and it's not protected, I decided to use Blade Spin as well. Blade Spin is tier 3, so it means we can get the max crit buff 30%. Using Shadow Stomp and Blade Spin at the same time, the crit buff doesn't stack. However, the higher crit buff remains. So I decided to use 30% crit and 5% crit damage add-on to get the max damage if I can't use unprotected skills. Alright, Fatal Blow. I use PvP damage and all evasion minus 4% because usually I just want to stack those buffs on the extended combos. I could maybe use Moonlight, but on my case I don't use it that much, so for me the best option was to keep Fatal Blow. Last skill. Since we already have pretty much everything, I think the best option here is to use some DP add-ons. The reason why I use this is because in large scale we use this skill and it will help us with that DP extra and evasion. Congrats, you finished your setup. Now we just need to save it. But how? If you complete Awakening and Succession missions, you will have on your main quests 2 Black Spirit missions called Skill Preset Coupon. You accept both, and you will notice that in your skill tree you will have 2 preset save slots. So go ahead and save the preset that you have done now on your slot 1 or 2. Every time you change your add-ons, you reset your skills, or you even change to Awakening, you just go to the skill instructor, you choose the preset that you saved, on my case preset 1, and it will be exactly like you saved. You can pay to win to have more presets on the Pearl Shop, or you can use simple tricks if you just play Awakening or if you just play Succession. You can have your PvP add-ons build in preset 1 and your PvE add-ons build in preset 2, and you just swap it depending on what you're gonna do. It is exactly the same if you want to use other Rabams, or if for example you want to use different bond skills. The thing is, you need to use the skill instructor or having the Old Moon book activated and swap it on a safe zone. By the way guys, to swap the presets you can't have skills in cooldown. On the skill instructor I think it's 15 minutes that you need to wait to swap it again, and if you use the Old Moon book, you need to wait until 1 hour. Alright guys, I think that's it for the preset setup. I think I didn't forget anything, but if I do, please comment below and let me know. I'm pretty sure that this preset setup will help your friends, even if they are not ninjas, so if you want to help them and if you don't mind, please share with them. And like always, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to join our cartel, and I see you in the next video.